Level 1. Minimum wage. Your hourly rate is $7.25 federally. Some states have pushed it higher. Yours hasn't. You make $1,160 a month before taxes if you work full-time, which assumes you get full-time hours, which is not guaranteed because full-time hours come with benefits and benefits cost the employer money, and so the schedule is written to keep you just below the threshold where that obligation activates. You learn this not from a policy document. You learn it from watching your hours get cut the week after you asked about health insurance. Take-home is roughly $980. Rent in the cheapest viable option in your city is $850. That leaves $130 for food, transportation, phone, and every other category of being alive. The math does not work. You know the math does not work. You make it work anyway through a combination of methods that don't appear in any financial planning guide. You skip meals strategically. You borrow without asking and repay without being asked. You learn which bills have grace periods and which ones don't, and you sequence your payments accordingly. This is financial management. It is just financial management with no margin for error and no reward for doing it correctly except that nothing collapses this month. The job itself is physical or repetitive or both. Your feet hurt by hour 4. By hour 8, you have stopped noticing. The customers do not see you as a person in the way that people see other people. They see a function, something that processes their order or bags their groceries or answers their question. You are a mechanism to them. You understand this without being told. You adjust accordingly. There is no path upward that is visible from inside this level. Not because paths don't exist, because the energy required to find them is the same energy you are already spending surviving. Nobody climbs out of this level by working harder at this level. They climb out by accessing something outside it, a credential, a connection, a moment where someone sees them and decides to pull. Level 2. Entry level. You got the job because of the credential or the connection or the moment. Your salary is $38,000. The number felt significant when the offer letter arrived. You read it 3 times. You called someone. You felt for approximately 48 hours that something had changed. Something had changed. Not as much as it felt like in those 48 hours. Take home after taxes and benefits deductions is $2,300 a month. Your rent is $1,100 because you moved somewhere cheaper or you have a roommate or both. You are no longer doing the desperate arithmetic of level 1, but you are doing arithmetic. The margins are real. A car repair is a crisis. A medical bill is a negotiation. An unexpected expense is a conversation with your savings account that your savings account usually loses. The job has a learning curve. You are building pattern recognition. You are learning how a professional environment works, how decisions get made above you, how to be useful in ways that get noticed. The performance review arrives. You are told you are doing well. The raise is 3%. Your salary is now $39,140. The number is real. The feeling it produces is complicated. You understand now that the distance between where you are and where the salary needs to be is not going to be covered in increments of 3%. Something else has to happen. Level 3. Stable income. Something else happened. A promotion or a job change or both. Your salary is $62,000. The financial noise quiets. Not completely, but enough that you can hear yourself think about something other than the next bill. Take home is $3,600 a month. Rent is covered without negotiation. Groceries are not a calculation. You have a car that is reliable and an emergency fund that is small but present, and the specific psychological relief of knowing that a single unexpected expense will not undo the month. You start a 401k because someone told you to, and the company matches up to 4%, and you understand enough to know that not taking the match is declining free money. You open a brokerage account. You deposit $200 and don't touch it. You are not yet thinking about wealth. You are thinking about stability. The job has a shape now. You know what you're good at. You know what the organization values. You are learning the difference between those two things, and they are not always the same thing, and navigating the gap between them is its own skill. You are developing it without knowing you are developing it. The lifestyle expands. Level 4. Professional track. Your salary is $95,000. You are in the room now. Not the important room, but a room adjacent to it. The title has changed. The responsibilities have expanded. You manage something now, a project or a person or a budget line. The shift from being managed to managing is not comfortable initially. It requires a different kind of attention. You are no longer only responsible for your own output. You are responsible for the conditions that allow someone else to produce theirs. Take home is $5,200 a month. The financial picture looks different. You are maxing your 401k contribution. The brokerage account has grown to $40,000 through consistent deposits and market returns. You have $25,000 in savings. The net worth number, which you have started tracking, has crossed 6 figures. You start noticing things about money that you couldn't see from the lower levels. The mortgage your colleague just got. The investment property your manager mentioned once without elaborating. The way certain people in your organization talk about compensation not in terms of salary, but in terms of equity and vesting schedules. You are studying the people above you not for inspiration but for pattern recognition. You are looking for the move. Level 5. 6 figures. Your salary crosses $140,000. The comma in the number is in a different place now, and the difference is not just psychological, it is structural. Your tax rate has increased meaningfully. Take home is $7,100 a month. This is a number that 10 years ago you would not have believed applied to a monthly paycheck. It applies now. You have adjusted to it faster than you expected, which is the thing people don't warn you about. The lifestyle expands to meet the income with a speed and a completeness that surprises you. The apartment is nicer. The car is newer. The dinners cost more. None of these things feel extravagant from inside them. They feel like what the income allows, which is true, and which is also how people at this level end up with high salaries and low savings. You do not let that happen. You automate. The brokerage transfer goes out the day after the paycheck arrives. You never see the money. It is allocated before it can be spent. The investment account is now $180,000. The compound returns in a strong year add $22,000 without any additional contribution. For the first time, money is making money in an amount that registers. The job operates at a level of complexity that requires your full capacity. You are no longer learning the environment. You are shaping it. Your decisions have consequences that ripple beyond your immediate team. You have developed a specific kind of professional authority that took years to build and feels now like it was always there. You sit in the important room occasionally. You understand most of what is being discussed. You are beginning to see that the people running the room are not categorically different from you. They made different bets at different times, and the bets landed. You start thinking about the bet. Level 6. Senior compensation. Base salary is $210,000. Total compensation with bonus is $340,000. The number on the annual statement requires a moment to process even though you knew it was coming. The tax complexity is real. You need an accountant now, not software. The accountant finds things. Legal things, structures and accounts and timing strategies that reduce the liability in ways you did not know were available to someone at your income level. This is one of the services that income at this level quietly unlocks. You max every tax-advantaged account. The brokerage account is $800,000. The net worth has crossed $1.2 million. You have a private banker now, which means when something goes wrong with a transaction or a transfer, you call a person and the person resolves it. That sounds minor. It is not minor. The experience of the financial system at this level is categorically different from the experience at level 1, and the difference is not only about the money. The job is pressure, real pressure. Decisions that affect budgets and people and outcomes that have names attached to them. You have developed a tolerance for this kind of weight that you didn't know you were developing while you were developing it. It lives in you now as a form of calm that reads to other people as confidence. They are not wrong about what they are seeing. They are just describing the output without knowing the cost of producing it. The people above you in the organization are worth tens of millions. Some of them are worth more. You understand now that the distance between senior compensation and that level is not crossed by performing well inside the structure. It is crossed by owning a piece of the structure. Level 7. Executive. Base is $400,000. Total compensation including equity is $1.1 million. The equity portion is the point. The salary is real money. The equity is a different category of thing. It vests over 4 years according to a schedule, and its value fluctuates with the performance of the company. And when it is good, it is very good. And when it is not, it is a number on a statement that requires patience rather than reaction. You have developed patience. This is one of the things that took the longest and cost the most to develop, and now functions as an asset in every room you enter. Net worth is $4.5 million. The investment accounts generate returns in strong years that exceed what you earned in salary at level 3. The shift happened gradually and then suddenly, and you are now on the other side of it. The decisions you make at this level affect hundreds of people and tens of millions of dollars and sometimes more. You sit in the important room. You are one of the people running it. Looking around the table, you see what it took to get here, and you also see clearly for the first time what it cost. The marriages that didn't survive. The children who grew up with an absent parent who provided everything except presence. You have made your own version of those calculations and live with the results the way everyone at this level lives with them. Quietly and continuously. The board wants results. The shareholders want returns. The employees want leadership and stability and someone to tell them the direction is correct. You provide all of these things. The pressure is architectural. It is not something you feel acutely anymore. It is simply the load-bearing structure of the life you are living. Level 8. Capital. The salary is no longer the number that matters. The number that matters is the net worth, which has crossed $20 million, and the annual return on that net worth, which in a strong year exceeds what most people earn in a lifetime. You are not being paid anymore in the way that most people understand being paid. You are being compensated for access, judgment, and relationships. The equity stakes in companies, the carried interest from funds, the board seats that come with compensation structures that have nothing to do with hours or output or showing up at a specific place at a specific time. The machine is running. You built it over decades, one decision at a time, most of them invisible to everyone except you. The market rewards it every year without requiring your presence. You have crossed the line that exists somewhere above level 6, where your money works harder than you do, and the gap between those two rates of return grows every year in your favor. That is the difference between a salary and capital. A salary needs you. Capital doesn't. And the entire journey from level 1 to level 8 is the story of building something that can run without you. Most people never start. Some people start and stop. A few people stay in it long enough for the machine to take over. The machine does not care where you started. It only counts what you built.